Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Just an Average Metalhead. It is me, your host with the most, Matt, the Caffeine King, here again with a fresh brew and some another fresh heavy metal content for you to enjoy today. Hope you're all having a great day. Today we are talking about my top 10 favourite frontmen of bands that just kick ass, and these frontmen are the reason why, for me, they're so fucking awesome. Yeah, as you see, it's my summary look today, still in black. Yeah, so without further ado, first we caffeinate, then we educate. Let's go. In at number 10, from the world beating AC/DC, Mr. Brian Johnson, the Geordie powerhouse of the Aussie Giants. Brian Johnson, for me, he's my favourite singer, AC/DC. I know it's sacrilege saying that against Bon Scott, but for me, Brian Johnson is the king. On stage, he is a presence that rivals Angus himself. He's got the like powerful voice. He's got that command over the crowd. He's bloody flat cap. He's just got that thing that makes him it. Like, I know, like I said, it's a bit of a sacrilege going against Bon Scott, but for me, Brian Johnson can sing the stuff that Bon Scott could do, but I don't think Bon Scott would have been able to sing the stuff Brian Johnson's done. I could not imagine Bon Scott on Thunderstruck, you know? But, like I said, I know it's kind of sacrilege saying that, but that's just my opinion. In at number 9, we have one of the nicest people in rock and metal, Mr. Corey Taylor. Had the privilege of meeting him at a horror convention a few years ago, and he was just the nicest dude. But that is not the reason why he's on this list. He is on this list because from like Slipknot to Stone Sour, his solo stuff, that guy, the moment he steps on a stage or behind a microphone, he has everybody in the palm of his hand. He has just got that power. He is just a commanding presence. His voice is incredible, whether he's doing the harsh stuff with Slipknot or he's doing he's clean with Stone Sour, or he's sort of like mixing between when he's doing his solo stuff. He's absolutely great, and he's one of the reasons why he is like such a presence in our community today. He's absolutely phenomenal. And what do I have to say about Corey Taylor? Like, even as like an author, he's great. Like, I think I've got all but one of his books. I haven't got America 51, but I've got it on audiobook. In at number 8, we have Joel O'Keefe from Airborne. Jesus Christ, what a frontman. Like, if you haven't checked out Airborne, I know they are like, ooh, fucking Australian band that sound like AC/DC. Or like, well, yeah, they sound like their favourite band, who cares? They are so damn good, and like Joel O'Keefe is amazing. Like, some of the stuff he's done on stage is insane. Like climbing giant speaker stacks and just being an absolute terror. But as a singer, his voice is like pure rock and roll party time. You cannot go wrong with listening to Airborne and this Mr. Joel O'Keefe, the singer. In at number 7, we have got Jesse Leach from Killswitch Engage. I loved Howard, but like Jesse is just something special. Like, Howard was my singer when I first got into the band. Like, I got into them on As Daylight Dies, and sort of like went backwards from there. But yeah, since Jesse's come back, he's been top tier. Even like with the project, just with him and Adam from Killswitch, the Time of Grace has been amazing. His vocals on all the Killswitch albums when he's come back have been phenomenal. Like, he has got some power. Like, I don't I see why he left Killswitch in the first place, but ever since he's come back, he has just been a presence in that band. And he's sort of like, I don't know, they kind of got stuck in a rut towards the later end of the Howard stuff, but he's just brought them back up again. I know some people say, "Oh, they're just making the same albums again and again now." But I don't think so. Like, for me, Killswitch has always been high quality. It's been just phenomenal, and you can't go wrong with that. Sorry. Oh, if I could shift this cough, I'd be better. But yeah, even like on stage, like that motherfucker will make you move. Like, you've got like no chance. In at number 6, we have the man himself, the sexy evil Pope, Mr. Tobias Forge from Ghost. Honestly, one hell of a showman. The stuff that he's done with Ghost has just been spectacular. Honestly, like, I just don't understand why some people just are struggling. Like, oh, it's not metal. Well, don't listen. If it's not your bag, don't listen to it. That's my motto. But for me, Ghost are one of the best modern bands out there today. They are bringing our music to a group of people who particularly might not have checked it out first. They are that gateway band that we had when we were younger. They are what sort of like Linkin Park and Disturbed and things were for us growing up. Like, for people my age, like I'm nearly 32. But yeah, and it's all thanks to the phenomenal mind and like just power that is Tobias Forge. He is so damn good. Like, they have not missed a trick live from the word go, even when they was playing tiny shows with the just like the gimmick being that he had the incense burner thing, to now where they are selling out arena after arena after arena, and I can see why. They are just next level, and whatever they do next, I am 100% behind, and it's all thanks to the power of the frontman, Mr. Tobias Forge. Again, sorry. In at number 5, we have Bruce Dickinson from, you guessed it, Iron Maiden. Oh, I'm going to keep it brief on Bruce because I know I keep wazzing off about Iron Maiden, but there's a reason why they are who they are. Like, Maiden have done everything their own way from the word go. Their fans are their main priority, and Bruce makes you feel that in a live environment. Like, honestly, I can only describe the gig that I went to last year as a religious experience for me. It was that much, and Bruce made you feel every minute of it. Granted, every other member of the band did as well, and yeah, Bruce is just special. And like, yeah, he's not the powerhouse vocal that he once was, but he's still giving it his 100%. Whether it on like the recent Maiden albums, on his solo album from this year, like the Mandrake project is great. I wasn't 100% sold on it the first time I heard it, but now the more I sit with it, I just can't. I love it, and yeah, it's just all thanks to his power. Like, yeah, he's taken his limitations, but he's a lot older now, but he's working with it. He's not trying to be the Bruce Dickinson of old and failing. He is adapting, and that is the power of a great frontman for me. Like, constantly adapting and changing to make sure you are giving everybody 100%, and that for me is, you can't go wrong. And which I will have to say is exactly the same for the frontman in at number 4, Mr. James Hetfield from Metallica. There's the reason they're the kings of this scene. They give it 100%. Yes, they have made some weird decisions, but even on like the album that they get lambasted for, like Lulu, James still sounds great. And at live, there's not many frontmen that could go toe to toe with James Hetfield. Like, he makes everybody in that room feel welcome, whether they are like not so much anymore, playing to like a smaller room or in front of a fucking stadium. Like, everybody there is welcome. They are part of the Metallica family, and you can't go wrong with that. Like, even on the like recent albums and stuff, James is like, not to use the old cliche, but he's sounding incredible. Like, he's sounding exactly the same as the James Hetfield that I got into in the early 2000s when I heard I Disappear from Mission Impossible 2, you know? Yeah, he's like become a bit of a meme with the whole yeah. But other than that, you know, you can't go wrong with James Hetfield. And he's always so welcoming to anybody in the community, and that's what I love about him. Like when Metallica went massive thanks to Stranger Things, you know, he wasn't like sitting on his laurels. He was sort of like going, yeah, it's great, people have discovered Master of Puppets, and I hope they use that to go further and become part of this community that we love. Like, while the gatekeeper sat there going, oh, they're not real metalheads, he was welcoming everybody in, and you can't go wrong with that. It's what we want. We need positive figureheads like that. In at number, I think we're at number 3, you know, we have the Prince of Darkness, Mr. Ozzy fucking Osbourne. There is a reason why he has had a 50 odd year career. And as much as it is a shame to see that man get sick, the memories of him as a front man will go down in history forever. Like, he has been a hero of mine since I was small. Like, I've always loved Ozzy Osbourne so much. Like, that man is like, words cannot even describe how much like Ozzy means to me. Like I said in my video that I did yesterday, Black Sabbath started everything, and he was one of the founding members of Black Sabbath. And on stage, like, he's always had that ability to get, like, even if he's not sounding great, like, he's still had that ability to get everybody G'd up and, you know, giving everybody the yeah, go on, and like throwing buckets of water on people. But he could get everybody G'd up and ready to have a good time. And like, even now, like, yeah, he can't play live anymore, but he's still being that positive figurehead in the community. Like, I know he's a Marmite to a lot of people, but seeing some of the stuff he's been doing with Youngblood and stuff like that, it's heartwarming, knowing that he's got that ability to be a coach for the younger generation coming through, and it's great. I've said a million times, I am not ready for the day that man passes. I adore Ozzy Osbourne, and he's one of the best frontmen to ever do it. Like, he's a joker. Like, he's an agent of chaos, but sometimes that's what you want as a frontman. You need that power. You need to have that ability to sort of dick about, and you can't go wrong with that. In at number 2, I know some people will probably think it's sacrilege that I've put him above the almighty Ozzy Osbourne, but Benji Webb from Skindred. This man could start a party in a morgue. Like, Skindred, like, Benji has had a plus 20-year career at this point. Skindred have just played the biggest show they've ever played at Wembley, and it's well deserved. Like, Benji is just a powerhouse. Like, I absolutely sorry, I heard something outside. I love Benji Webb. He's a pure British eccentric genius. Like, who would have thought of mashing together reggae and metal and punk and hip hop and dance music? You can't. Like, he's a one off, and he proves that live. Like, you go to a Skindred concert, every single one of those people in that concert are moving, whether they want to or not. Benji has that power. And he will go down for me as one of the greatest frontmen of all time. He needs to get the recognition he deserves. He definitely deserves like higher praise than he gets. And I know everybody loves Skindred and everybody loves Benji Webb, but they should be playing bigger venues permanently. Not just as a one-off like with Wembley. They need to be out there showing people what they do. Like, if you love Skindred, you need to be seeing them live and you need to be buying their music to get them more presence. Like, honestly, they deserve it. The best band in Britain right now are Skindred. In at number 1, we have the greatest frontman to ever do it, who was sadly taken from us in 1991, I think. No, maybe either 1990 or 1991. I forget. It's hot. My brain isn't working properly. And that is the lead singer of Queen, His Royal Highness Mr. Freddie Mercury. Nobody will ever be able to top what Freddie managed as a frontman. Just the pure, like, flamboyance, his vocal power, but that ability to, like, unite a stadium full of people as one, and just, like, from the moment he stepped out on that stage, he had them eating out of his hand, and, like, he never ever let up from, like, live. Like, from the moment he stepped on stage to the moment he went off stage, he was a presence. You were going to move whether you liked it. Like, he had the patter. He could, like, the legendary Live Aid set proves, like, the power of that. Like, everybody else saw Live Aid as, oh yeah, we'll do a good thing and, like, raise some money. Freddie and Queen rocked up to Live Aid treating it like it was Battle of the Bands and they were going to fucking win. And at the end of the day, they did. Like, and it was all on the back of, like, I know the rest of the band were incredible as well that day, but it's all on the back of just how great of a frontman Freddie Mercury was. He was, like, unfortunately, like, there is a part of my brain which constantly thinks this, like, what the hell would he be like now? Like, if he was still alive, what music would Freddie be making now? And I know we'll never get to know, but I reckon, like, they would still be doing some great shit. Because that's the man Freddie was. He was adaptable. He went with the times. And there's never been a better rock and roll frontman. Mm, yeah. Yeah, Freddie was just the best. There is a reason why I have a big photo of him up in this studio. Well, say studio, it's my spare room, but hey ho. Yeah, I Freddie was just like he was a pure one off. Like everybody on this list, they are one offs. Nobody will ever be able to do what they do. Like there are some yeah, granted there are some rock and roll frontmen who I thought about putting on this list, such as like Axl Rose. Like back in the day, you could not beat him, but it's not been a consistent thing. Like if you look at Axl now, he's not the frontman he used to be, and it's a shame because somewhere like I know like some days he can turn it on and he's there, but most days he isn't. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video today. Hopefully, I can get rid of this bloody cough, and I can do a full video without me like nearly choking to death on oxygen. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video today. Just keep being you, keep being amazing, and keep the faith. Have a good day, everybody.